Hello everyone, it's Michelle Upton here again for another episode of Case Me a Christmas Card. Today my guest is my friend Esther Swartz, and today I'm going to be making this little cute penguin card. So let's get started with the penguins. These penguins are from this My Favourite Things stamp set called Sweet Holiday Penguins. Now I wanted to use all four penguins on this card. So right now I'm just moving them backwards and forwards, trying to figure out what order I wanted to put them in onto the card so that they wouldn't look awkward on the card and so that I didn't have too much overlapping. I didn't want any of them to be really covered up with any of the others. So that was what I was doing there. So I am going to stamp them one at a time because to get them close enough to each other, I couldn't stamp them at the same time. Now I'm using my Pipcket Fence Studios black hybrid ink because I am going to be doing some Copic colouring with these. Alright, so I am stamping twice. Always the way. I stamp something and I always put my magnet too close and I don't get a good impression. So I'm always stamping twice. And I wanted to stamp twice so I got a really good intense black outline to my little penguins. Now with these two penguins, the candy cane that the penguin with the hat is holding, it's going to overlap just a little bit onto the penguin that has the sort of stack of presents on its head. So I just took my stamp from the candy cane and I just stamped that little bit. I didn't need to create a mask for the entire penguin. As you can see, I'm just lining it up. Sorry, my head gets in the way. Because the candy cane is the only bit that's actually overlapping. So that's the only bit I really needed to mask. So backing in again with the moving of the magnet. I'll never learn. I'm just useless. Anyway, so here I am onto the fourth penguin and just going to again stamp him twice to make sure he's nice and dark and got him nice and close to the other penguin without actually overlapping. And now I'm finished. I did have a little bit of a little fingerprint down the bottom, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting a shadow underneath them anyway. So this is the card that Essie made that I am casing today. You can see she's made a shaker card. So those monsters are actually on acetate and there are sequins behind them. And she's coloured them in these bright, fun colours. So I decided to use 4 creatures on my card, not monsters. I used penguins instead. And I'm going to be colouring in their accessories, so their hats or the presents or whatever, in the same colours that Essie did in the same order. So I'm going to turn a bit of music on and you can watch me do some colouring. So that's almost all of the Copic colouring I did, and here are the Copic colours that I used, because I know some people really like to know exactly which colours I used, so there they are for you. I did go back in with this very, very pale blue just to go around as a sort of halo around all of the images there. Okay, so that was B00, I think, that I used there. All right, and now it comes to putting the card together. So I decided I wanted to pop this panel up onto a little bit of fun foam just to give it some dimension. So I'm just cutting down the fun foam here in my paper trimmer just to make sure I've got the right size. Just tearing that fun foam off. And now that I've got that the right size, which is just ever so slightly smaller than my panel, I'm just going to add some Hero Arts liquid glue and adhere that to the back of my panel, so you can't see any of the Copic markers that sort of bled through to the wrong side of the cardstock anymore. And again, I'm just going to add a whole lot of that glue again to the back of that fun foam and adhere that to my card base. So the white card that I'm using today, as always, is Neenah Solar White in the 110 pound weight, which is about 297 GSM, I believe. All right, so now I've pulled out some sequins from Pipcket Fence Studios. This sequin mix is called Icicles, and what I'm pulling out is some of the little iridescent sequins that are in the shape of snowflakes, and there are little white clay pieces that are also in the shape of snowflakes. I thought they would be a really nice addition to my card. Okay, so they're all adhered. I'm just going to hold it up and shine the light so you can see that beautiful shine on the iridescent sequins. And that's the card done for today. So thank you very much to Essie for being my guest for Case Me a Christmas Card today and for providing me with such fun inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye.